You are in such a bad division that even though everything we've said and criticized the front office for, those things are all accurate. Yet still, I understand why, hell, even now, although I don't think it's going to happen in any way, shape, or form, if you go back a couple weeks, the Cardinals could still, they could still sell you on, look, we just got to see if we can get within 5 games in this awful division. It still makes sense. If you can get within 5 to go for it this year, I just don't think they're going to get there. I think they're really, really bad.
Schultz Hex, Dusty Lane chimes in. I think it may be time to recognize what we are suffering from. Our turn for the curse. For instance, there was a Boston Red Sox curse of the Bambino, Babe Ruth traded from the Sox. And there was the Chicago Cubs, Billy Goat curse. Now the Cardinals are in the early onset of the Schilt curse, resulting from the confounding, jaw-dropping, dismal of the up-and-coming winning manager. Thoughts, Dusty Lane. Are the Cardinals cursed? I don't think so. I think they're just bad.
And y'all, Schilt, I like Schilt, but why is he not a manager anywhere else? Ask yourself that question.
Because he's being blackballed.
Imagine waking up with amnesia from drinking the day before and wondering why everyone is mad at you, then seeing your actions all over the news. Woman exits plane after tirade about passenger who is not real. Final Destination vibes. I saw that video. Like, she looked crazy. She's like walking out. She's like going psycho, and they're like, what the hell? What are you doing? She's like, that guy right there is not real. He's not a real person. Yeah, he is.
He's right there. We're all talking to him.
What if she was right, though? What if he was a ghost?
Or what if he was an alien?
That's what I'm saying. Think about that.
What if she was jacked up?
What if it was Jesus?
What if she was on the cocaine that they found in the White House?
What if she was on...
What's up with that?
What the hell's up with that, dude?
Hey, listen,
that's
man.
Hilarious. I saw that headline.
We're just trying to get the best we can get out of everything these days.
That is so funny. Somebody's partying in the White House, baby.
Hey, if you're old and you got to stay awake.
Mm-hmm. Give it to Biden.
Wait, we think it's Joe?
That's what I'm saying.
Big Joe.
I think he probably could benefit from it.
You need some of that meth from Hunter, too. Mix it together. God, they found a bag of Coke.
Was it a bag?
Yeah, it was in a bag. It's like a little knot, Just sitting there.
There's no such thing as a little knot of cocaine in the White House.
How does that get out?
That's what I was thinking. Why
I'm
even get
I'm
that
just
out?
wondering how that gets out because there's a leaker. I feel like that would have been covered up.
Yeah, because security found it, and you might as well be like, oh, geez. You just put it in your pocket and act like nothing happened.
It's always sunny. Yeah, so I'd like to order one rock.
It's like gold dust, man. Good God.
Gold dust.
They find a bag of Coke. That's crazy, dude. Oh, man. Get them in, 855-282-8255. Scott Boras will die on this pile of gold before he lets Monty sign a one-year deal, Clumpy.
Who said Monty? There ain't no chance Monty. Now, Flaherty, I think, if you're Flaherty, it still makes sense to me. If you get a qualifying offer, look, Flaherty needs to reset. He needs to hit free agency after a good year. I would not sign a long-term deal if I was Jack Flaherty.
Should the Cardinals hold on to Montgomery and then put a QO on him?
Well, yes. I mean, if they hold on to him, they will. He won't accept it. Now, Flaherty probably – don't you think Flaherty accepts it?
Don't put a QO on Flaherty.
But they will. They would.
I don't think they would. I don't think they would.
Really?
I think
with what they have coming back next year?
I think Montgomery makes all the sense in the world. I think that Flaherty, no, it wouldn't. Because I think that you could potentially get a Flaherty deal on the open market that is less than what the QO would be.
Pitching's very expensive, though.
Oh, it's stupid expensive, and that's why the Cardinals are behind the 8-ball with it. Speaking of the White House.
I was waiting for that. That's funny, man. God.
Maybe the Cardinals need some of that. They need to liven up a little bit.
There's a city.
And, hey, they're in Miami.
Hunter.
They're in Miami right now.
Yeah.
Cardinals. Might as well try it.
If there's a city in America that you can find whatever you need, they play
go
in
out there
it.
jacked up like,
It's already there. If you just look around the clubhouse, there's probably remnants of it from the previous team.
Just go to a hotel and look in the bathroom.
Do a 1982 Cardinals reunion, and you'll have everything you need to have left.
God, sound crazy there. Because you score 15 runs in a game and do not score for another 2 does not truly mean you score 5 runs a game. Please, 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 for the love of God, please understand the basics of statistics, Mad Marine. And he also chimed in.
Who are you talking to?
I think he's talking to you.
Stop.
People who say the Cardinals' offense is good and top 10 do not understand averages and statistics. Please watch a YouTube video or go back to college for math. People lack the ability to understand math, and it shows.
First of all,
Well, they got to elaborate on that because they are statistically top 15 in every single one. They're on the bottom end of the top half of that. Like they're anywhere from 10 to 15.
You tell them,
with,
Seth.
Tell him,
with
Seth,
total
because I don't know
bases.
math.
They're 7th in home runs, but it doesn't matter when there's not enough guys getting on. But they're top 10 to 12 or 15 rather, in on base percentage, batting average, total bases.
what's the most important?
I don't know. I don't know what Mad Marine's talking about. I think-
And runs.
Oh, he's right. He's right about the fact that, look, a lot of that's inflated by you had that stretch where you're scoring 18, you're scoring 16, you're scoring 10. They went on that nice run. They need more consistent offense.
I
But if
agree
you
with that.
if you asked anyone, what is the biggest catch-all stat? We're not talking about advanced metrics.
The awful pitching.
No. Offensively, the most important stat would be OPS.
Yeah, you're right.
And the Cardinals are 9th in baseball in OPS. That's good.
Pretty good.
The pitching is horrendous.
Yeah, that's all it comes down to is the hitting cannot outweigh the heinous pitching. I mean, the pitching is so bad that the offense would have to be top 5 in every statistical category because the pitching is bottom 5 in every statistical category.
Still not enough.
I don't think it'd be enough. They're getting lit up. Pizza Wallet chimes in. Your wife's texting in now, by the way. Cardinals suck. You know who else sucks? My son's youth baseball team. Play the clip, Charlie is right, and your kid is not that good. My God, they are absolutely horrible. They are horrendous. We have been coaching and practicing since Thanksgiving, and I don't know how it's possible, but I think they're actually worse. Oh, and little Jacob, you really suck and are annoying as hell. You just won't shut up. If I could crack someone else's Mongo-looking kid, it would be you. Thank you for your youth baseball finally being over until fall. Pizza Wallet. Dang,
Every parent thinks their
D-dog.
kid is great at everything. They're not. Most of them are terrible.
Pizza Wallet, man. He might be our number one right now.
By the way,
not that good.
True.
Jacob, you suck.
Cardinals
Calls out Jacob.
25th in overall ERA, 4.63. There's only 5 teams in baseball that are worse. Do the Cardinals, offensively, do they need to be better situationally? Yes. Do they need to be more consistent? Yes. The reason this team sucks is the pitching. The pitching is horrendous.
Yeah, it is.
The offense overall is not that bad. We all thought it would be better, but it's not that bad. The pitching is abysmal.
Shoulder stuff my ass. They're doing him a favor and pausing this insanity, Sharon.
Which is fine, by the way.
It is insanity.
You can just say that. You can just say, hey, man, the dude needs to reset. He's 41, needs to take a break, build up a little bit for the All-Star break, take a couple weeks.
Yeah. I don't know.
Don't you think the best part of it, though, is this, in my opinion? I always want the Cardinals to be good, but I also want them to do what's best for the franchise. And I think the worst thing you probably could have had happen this year is that the Cardinals find a way to get close-ish at the trade deadline and then not sell off pieces. Because I don't think this team was going to make the playoffs anyway. Even if they did, I don't think it was going to be a special team. So I actually think for the betterment of the franchise, if the Cardinals stay around 10-ish games out and it forces them to trade, if it's Montgomery, Flaherty, Hicks, whoever else, we're not talking about a full rebuild, but we're talking about actually trading away assets to get ready for 2024.
But why Montgomery, though?
Well, because he's a free agent to be. No, I want them to sign
I was gonna
Montgomery,
say,
just so
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, okay.
I just don't think that's going to happen.
Okay.
If you're Jordan Montgomery and you are 2 months, 3 months from free agency,
Yeah.
why would you sign with the Cardinals when free agency is 3 months away?
Best fans in baseball. Hello.
Well, then give them the best money in baseball.
Hello.
The best money in baseball. Well, there's where the problem starts.
Best money in baseball.
That's where the issues kick in at because that don't be happening.
he's gonna get paid.
around
He's gonna
here.
get paid.
Yeah.
As he should.
He's gonna get paid.
Yeah, he's doing right for himself right now. Either way, he can land in a better situation.
What's up with Contreras calling pitches they don't even throw? How did our local media, Allen's regional network coverage, miss that part? Cray.
Well, I think that was the Yankees guy, I believe. that came out and said that. Was that Michael Kay?
Yeah.
So clearly, everybody's got their different sources. I'm sure a player. Well, think about this. Jordan Montgomery played for the Yankees. I'm not going to go ahead and say that was the person who told him.
So can you explain it? Because I'm kind of confused.
So Michael Kay is the Yankees broadcaster.
I hadn't put those two together.
Also does a radio show.
Yeah.
That's where these comments came from, correct?
Yeah.
I saw that on
so
Twitter.
Michael Kay said it. I don't know if we can find the audio on it, but yeah, he did say it.
So he basically said that he was talking to Cardinals people, and I don't know who. Could be a coach, could be a player, could be who knows what, front office person. And he reported that Wilson Contreras was calling pitches that the particular pitcher didn't have. So if he's calling a cutter for a pitcher that doesn't throw a cutter, which is not good.
So he's just confused?
Seems like.
Is he confused? Is that what it is? Confusion?
Well, listen, we didn't know the specifics, but you knew what happened when this was a full-on mutiny. What happened a couple months ago?
Yeah.
That doesn't happen unless essentially every pitcher goes to someone and says, "We don't want to throw to this dude. We got to clean this up." That's what happened.
Yeah, dude, it ain't good.
If it was one pitcher, you figure out the off day with the backup catcher. You have a personal catcher. It's all good. You don't sit a dude who's a 7-year catcher in MLB for a week and say you can't catch unless it's something seismic that happens.
Man,
isn't that what spring training's for too?
Well,
like you had a whole month. No other team is having this issue. Like, this is solely a Cardinal problem.
I think that the Cubs. I think he's a Cub plant. I think this is. This is a deep. This is a deep state issue.
They're
going to
sign you.
Sent somebody up in here to rock the Cardinals' world.
Listen, they're going to sign you for 87 schmil and just go there. And
we'll match it dollar for dollar.
Confuse everyone, especially Wainwright.
Hey,
he's doing a damn good job.
When Bill Buckner let the ball go through his legs in the World Series, he had a Cubs batting glove on underneath his glove.
Oh,
check.
The thing is with
Contreras'
Bill Buckner,
glove.
I'm telling you, he's probably making more money doing signings, being Bill Buckner, and have.
Well, he's dead.
Oh well, whatever. But if he was alive, he'd still be. I think he made more money. And I know, seriously though, I think signings and stuff like that, his name's a lot bigger, and I think I could have monetized that F up.
Well,
he did.
But he's dead.
But he also had to move to
he moved to 2019.
Montana or Idaho to get away from all the hate.
I know, but eventually the hate's going to stop, and your name is just a lot bigger than what it was, and maybe you could. I don't know.
One
he's
would
dead.
think. One would think.
No, remember the Curb Your Enthusiasm episode?
Yeah, with the baby on the fire.
Yeah.
What happened?
Where basically the whole joke, obviously, Buckner can't catch the ball, blah, blah, blah. This baby is falling out of a window, and everybody's there, and Buckner starts running to catch the baby, and everybody sees it's Bill Buckner, and they all feel like he's going to drop the baby.
So it really was him in that episode?
Oh, yeah, no, it was great.
There it is, something like that.
Towards the end, he had fun with it. I think once the Red Sox won the World Series.
It helped. It eased it up. I think people let up.
Didn't he go back? Did he go back and throw out a first pitch after that?
Yeah. I think so, yeah.
He got a standing O, but no, nobody wanted the Red Sox to win more than him.
Oh, God.
He would have been screwed if they didn't.
He got tortured. He got tortured, man. If you got to get up and leave. And that was imagine now, social media. Lord almighty. Yeah, that was. But now he's on Curb Your Enthusiasm, I don't know. Living up in Montana, being a cowboy, probably. Well, he's dead.
Well, again.
He's dead.
Again,
Well, the crazy thing, too, about that, nobody really remembers. And I don't remember either because I wasn't alive when it happened. But I've seen footage.
Don't let that stop.
I've seen footage.
Oh, I've seen a lot of footage.
There was 2 outs, nobody on base, and they were up 2 runs.
Yeah.
So it came down to that one play. That
it was a dribbler.
It was a tie game when that happened. Yeah. So you're telling me, and there was a wild pitch. There was a couple other things, but there was a bad omen that this was on Catching Hell on the 30 for 30 about the Bartman thing.
Yeah.
Dwight Evans said with 2 outs, same scenario, 2 outs, nobody on. They needed one more out. He looked up at the scoreboard in Shea Stadium, and it said, "Congratulations to the 1986 Boston champions, Boston Red Sox."
Oh yeah.
And then it flashed up there for a second and then went away.
Oh God.
Jeez. And the other kid too, Bartman, he went through hell.
I think he's actually
in
witness protection.
No.
Did he get recognized or anything?
He hasn't come out since. He hasn't been back to the stadium.
If he went to go throw a first pitch out, he'd have to have that same vest Bush had on when he went out there.
Did he really mess up? Was it really his fault?
No, everybody did the same thing.
Everybody reached their hand out, didn't they? But it just hit his.
Yeah. He's a hero as far as
And
I'm concerned.
he just looked like such a little nerd, and he's probably like, and he has those headphones
He was
on.
listening to the game on radio.
And now
at the game.
People are throwing stuff at him. He had to get into a cab.
What a stud.
Look at the picture. Everybody, look at how many people have their gloves and hands out. At least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people.
Yeah, he was just an easy target.
I think he should have caught it.
He didn't catch it either, did he?
No.
Well, he doesn't look very athletic,
Nice hands, feet.
Too bad the rights holder simp isn't here to put this ridiculous positive spin on this dumpster fire. Sell everyone now. I'm tired of it. Wombat.
Am I supposed to be doing that since I'm inhabiting that role today, or can I be myself? I don't know.
I was wondering when the simp was going to come out. These guys, it's always Jimmy's fault, of course. We'll get him on tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, sure.
We'll get Jimmy to come on tomorrow. He's down. Where are they going now? They still in Florida?
You got the White Sox.
Oh, the White Sox.
Well, yeah, you have another game with the
Marlins.
The Fish.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right, soldier. Oh, Hayes again.
How about making good use of Andy and call him up and see how that prospect camp went? Sounds like the new first-round draft pick is something else. Timmy Van Gel did. Yeah, well,
That's amazing.
I was with him for 2 days, 3 hours each day, and we talked about it. He went to one of them. Said that kid's flying around like crazy. Everybody looks good. Look. You want Andy to come break down the prospect camp? I don't think so. Maybe Friday he can come in and talk about something. But there is a ton of signings that are going on. We'll get into that later, but a ton of them. Cam, play some Ackerman sound with Mo. It's embarrassing. What are you talking about? 917?
Let me know what it's on, because I went on Bally Sports Midwest on Twitter. I didn't see it.
I think it's his Sunday. On Sunday, Camo X has all the local decision makers and coaches on.
Yeah.
I just read the transcript part of it. I didn't hear the audio. Well, the part that I saw was about the pitching, where you go back to the comments he made over the winter saying, maybe we'll look back and say that we made a mistake. So he essentially said yes.
He said,
I don't have enough pitching.
No.
He said, I think we have to see some adjustments on the end being made. Otherwise, maybe we will have to make some changes on how we go through things.
Oh,
That's like the gist of it.
Why
Well,
is that?
yeah.
Well, yeah. What did I guess did Ackerman not counter him or something? Have any rebuttal to something? I don't know. I don't want to bash on that.
I think that what we're asking for is just roundabout accountability. If you've got the ability to bring accountability, do it. Everybody. Especially you, Charlie. It's time to go back to the 2 Fox,
Yeah, I
get
think
that
you're right.
credential and walk in there for one day and bring that accountability.
We can do that here, though, on 590 The Fan.
Oh, yeah, you could.
590thefan.com.
That's true.
I know this might be a small problem. Is there any concern that, like, 2 weeks ago he said there's 2/3 of the season left, and now we're past halfway? He said that 2 weeks ago.
He said a lot
And
of
there
things.
were like 70 games into the season.
He said
Like-
it. He said it because he knew people weren't going to do the fast math. That's what that's about.
Well, I wasn't. I'll tell you that right now.
Now, wait a second.
That
How
did
many
not take long
games?
to-
162. Carry the
They're at
one.
about
Carry the
85.
one.
Yeah.
Listen, this team, I'm starting to agree, like I said, with these people. They want it to burn. Now, they didn't want it to burn at the beginning of the season. They wanted it to burn about a third of the way through.
Mm-hmm.
I still think it always makes sense to push for the playoffs, even in the worst division. But again, I think at the end of the day, it's going to be good for next year that the Cardinals don't find a way to scratch within 5 games and say, oh, we got a chance. I think that's a good thing.
Don't want that.
No, and this is the first time in, I think it's 16 seasons I've been here. It's the first time I've ever thought it actually made sense for the Cardinals to sell. And by the way, when you say sell, I think most people know that doesn't mean 5-year rebuild. No, that means sell for 2023, your assets that make sense to help you for the next couple years.
That's
You
all.
are not a contender. You're closer to the last place team in the league than a contender. You're very bad. And
Very bad.
it's not a small sample size anymore. And it's time to just look, Adam Wainwright, we feel for you. Hit the IL. At this point, why not let him come back and get his 200 wins? Because what else matters this year? Give some of your young guys a look. Let Jordan Walker figure out outfield. Play him every day. By the way, play Gorman against everybody.
Yeah.
Stop doing the splitsy deal with him. He's a young player. He's going to be your future. Let him hit lefties. Let him play every single day.
Yeah.
Whoever it is, whether it's Jake Woodford, Dakota Hudson, whoever you want to give that final starting look more for 2024, let those guys pitch and see what you have for 2024.
How is Hudson doing, by the way? Is there an update on what he's doing down there?
Well, they're saying
he was good in his time up here out of the pen.
Yeah. Good morning, boys. Once Messi signed, the Miami tickets went from $100 to $4,000 a ticket immediately. I feel bad for the people that bought the tickets and now Messi isn't coming. Wait, what? So they sold those, and you bought them, and he ain't coming? That doesn't make any sense.
The secondhand market. Like if you went on StubHub or whatever,
yeah.
it was
$4,000. Jeez Louise. What about season ticket holders that already paid? So they
they're already taken care of. I'd be selling those tickets too. I'd be selling them like crazy.
Oh my God!
Kidding me?
You could make a ton of money.
I remember a story back when LeBron and the guys went to Miami that some ticket broker apparently got word that was going to happen and scooped up all these Miami Heat season tickets before it was announced that LeBron and Chris Bosh were going down there with Dwayne Wade, and just made a freaking fortune on the next 4 years off those tickets because they're in the NBA Finals every single year.
Yep.
That's a hero right there.
I'm glad everybody survived the 4th. I went to Webster Parade and fell on the sidewalk. Oh, come on, girl. Skinned both knees. Bad. And sprained my right elbow. God.
Is that Sharon?
Yes. On the 1-year anniversary of stepping on a damn pothole and breaking my foot, I guess 7-4 is not my day. Probably need to stay home from now on. You kind of do.
Is she hammered?
And wear knee pads, by the way.
I got some questions. So, like, are there some things going on around this part of the year that could be leading us a common denominator type thing? What are we talking about here?
What are you doing, girl?
Is she just swashbuckled?
What are you doing? Wear knee pads, helmet, and elbow pads. Then you're okay. Hey, Charlie, no text. Any good hot American bar?
Say what?
Oh, recovering alcoholic.
Any good what?
Hot American barbecue sex this weekend. That's for recovering alcoholic. Webster Groves in Illinois.
Hot American barbecue sex?
Yeah, that's what he asked. You know how he asks these kind of questions.
Interesting.
Yeah, yep. Illinois Recovery Center. I'll give that a little shout out. It's Chrissy Pondoff. Just open that bad boy up.
That's Chrissy that texted that?
I don't know if he wants me to say it. I think everybody knows. It's him. I know power and cable are substantially different, but I haven't had cable or internet since Friday. Dang. That sucks. Sometimes that's good, though. Sometimes just not having your phone and just kicking your feet up ain't bad.
How about this for my house? So I'm gone for about 4 days.
Yeah.
I get back. The front 2 rooms of our house don't have power. Everything else powered up. We didn't even lose power because you come back, all our clocks were still set in the rest of the house. Text Ameren. Ameren guys come out yesterday, and they say it's not us. So I had already went down. All the breakers are good. It's the front 2 rooms of our house have no power. Everything else has power.
And the breakers?
The breakers are all in the right spot. I switched them over, switched them back.
What would they say?
Well, I got an electric company coming out today. I didn't feel like paying a holiday rate. Plus, it's the perfect way to lose power for 2 rooms that don't matter.
Yes.
Because, by the way, the air conditioning still works in the house. So it's really just the lights and the outlets. It just makes no sense, though.
Yeah, that is bizarre.
Ameren even comes over, and they're like, I have no idea.
But that's the best case scenario.
Correct.
Big time. We had an ice storm about 10 years ago, and we survived with power, but most of the town was out of power. A day afterward, they disconnected us and connected up Walmart. That's the power of the big W boys. Timmy Van Gelden. Oh, Walmart was kicking this weekend. You couldn't pay me to go into Walmart this weekend. Yeah. Oh, a lot of ankle bracelets out yonder.
Pretty much any other one, too.
Motorized carts.
Oh, yeah, dude. Just the laziest, just, God.
No, I'm okay.
I ain't going. I don't care if I ran out of something. I'll drive extra far to go to Schnucks, Walmart. Oh, God. We have a monster century-aged trees in our neighborhood. None fell on our street, but one street over they did. Behemoth trees. Minimal home damage, though, and that's good. Yeah, there's some monster trees. Dude, we just get rocked by hardcore weather here, man. And, if you got a big old tree that's kind of – you got to pay to get that thing down, dude, or you're going to ruin your house or maybe your neighbor's house
Or both.
or both.
And it's worth it. The peace of mind.
Why are you
I
doing
have.
this? Why are you doing this to Charlie? You have to bring this up.
What's up?
This is bad memories. Trees falling, having to figure out the property line.
How much did that cost you?
0.
Oh, yeah.
It fell on my neighbor's house.
But didn't you get a tree down, though?
Oh, those trees
Yeah.
cost a lot.
$800?
$800?
Oh, more than that.
$2,500?
More than in that neighborhood.
Wow.
I'll charge you
2.5.
600.
Wow.
No, this
you
was
couldn't do it. You got to have
this
a
was
professional.
pushing 5 figures.
Wow.
Dude, we're talking 2 monster trees. Monsters.
Yeah, what was I thinking?
You've seen the tree in our front yard.
Yeah.
That alone was, I think, $5,000.
Yeah, like Seth, you ain't cutting that down.
No, I do lawn care on the fly.
For your neighbor.
That's my neighbor.
I mean, but yeah, these guys that's a dangerous
No,
ass job, dude. That is very dangerous. Man, let's see here. There were Mo quotes about something having to be done. The show is much better when the team is awful. Yeah, but I don't want the Blues to be awful. I'll tell you that right now. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to be. You just don't know. I don't know who's going to be called up. One of these young kids, maybe Zach Dean, maybe Bolduc. I don't know. Hopefully one of these kids surprises the hell out of somebody and cracks this lineup. Snuggaroo.
He's going to be good.
He's a big kid. Looks just like what's his name up in Buffalo there at Tage Thompson. Looks just like him. I feel
Maybe
like.
he could. No.
Big Tagey boy. That
Yeah.
guy's making some coin now, man.
Yeah, he is.
That dude. Gee, when you score 40 goals,
Well, you should.
when you have highlight reel goals every other night,
He didn't get it for his interview.
damn. No, he did not. No, that was the worst interview I've ever done in my life. Man, he actually pissed me off. Didn't even laugh when I told him I bagged his dad up.
No, he did not enjoy that.
He didn't like that. Settle down. What do you got, Charlie? What are you going to say?
I'm trying to double count here. I looked up 2024 Stanley Cup odds. This is on thescore.com. Where do you think the Blues are?
15.
So,
no.
are you talking about within the 30 NHL teams? Where do you think they rank for their odds?
16th.
They are 22nd.
Woo!
Wow.
Tied for 22nd with the Canucks and the Jets.
Wow.
I'm going to guess
Wow.
35 to 1 odds.
I'm sorry, like you said, 32. 32 teams. They are tied for 22nd at plus 7,500 with the
Bottom tier.
Canucks and Jets. That is out of the playoffs.
That ain't good. The Canucks weren't that good last year. They're young as hell, you know. Man, oh, man. And there's going to be – I'll tell you what team right now, let me see. I bet you Carolina bumped up a lot. I think Vladdy's signing there, too. He's got Orlov.
So Carolina is 5th. Actually tied for 4th with the Devils at plus 1,000. It's Avalanche, Maple Leafs have the best odds, or they're the favorites, plus 800. Edmonton, plus 900. Then you got Devils, Hurricanes, plus 1,000. Then you got Bruins, Golden Knights, plus 1,200.
Wow.
The Blues are down there, bottom third, right on the cusp of bottom third in the NHL for odds.
Damn, that ain't good. It ain't good. We'll see what happens there. So Waino is a liar. In the last few starts, he said he felt great. Mike from Oakville. I believe he did say he felt great, didn't he?
Well, until he didn't.
Until he didn't. Hope you all had a great 4th. Welcome back, family. Oh, how cute. The puppies look cute. Yeah, I had missed the puppy parade. My little puppies would have won again, but I had to go do a podcast with Andy. I would have won another award for them cute puppies I got. All you got to do is put a balloon on their head, and you win.
Everybody gets a prize?
Well, I mean, if your puppies are cute.
So you'd have won first place?
We won first place.
Really?
Yeah. But we didn't do it this year because I had to work. I had to do a podcast because of Andy. Andy screwed me over again.
Have no fear.
Wow.
I know. I saw the puppies that won. Mine would have won, no doubt about
Was
it.
this Eureka or St. Albans?
St. Albans won. One thing you guys are forgetting about this team is that DeWitt can name 2 pitchers in the minors, and that's invaluable compared to other owners. Jim's burner. What?
Oh, yeah, I know what he's talking about. Yeah.
What is he talking about?
When you could say that DeWitt knows the team, if he really knows what's going on, and saying the guys are down there.
Yeah.
saying, "Oh, well, that guy's there. He's on the way. So we'll be all right."
I get you.
I think a lot of owners know baseball. I think Bill DeWitt Jr. and the third, they know baseball. I think this goes back to the argument. My whole point is, who runs baseball ops? It's John Mozeliak. And I think the decision-making the last 5 years or so, they have certainly missed on, essentially every free agent signing?
That's all.
Is that fair to say?
That's all.
Every free agent signing. We're talking the last 5 years. And then also, you can clearly look at the evaluation of your own players. You need to know better than any other organization who you think is going to be good, who projects as a good big leaguer, who potentially doesn't. So you can try to have a better average when you deal some folks when they still have value. And I think when you look at all the guys they've held on to that have lost all their trade value, whoever you want to talk about, Tyler O'Neill, Dylan Carlson, whoever it is.
Yeah, he fell off.
But then you talk about some of their players who are younger, who they traded away, who they either didn't give a shot to or they traded away at a very young age. If you're talking Zach Gallen, Sandy Alcantara, Randy Rosarena, if you have those guys in your system, you better be sure they're not going to be really good unless you're getting something just crazy good in return.
But you're also in a situation now where that mentality has them being like, "Oh, we can't trade anybody because
we don't want to get
we
burned
need to make
again."
sure that we don't do that again." So you've got that backlog, and you've got a lineup. You came in this season, you've got 9 starters. Well, we've been watching baseball a long time. Don't think you need that many. Kind of like having 9 wives. This is
Can't
too much.
do it.
Can't do
Can't
that.
do it.
Just can't have that happen.
Can't do it.
Yeah,
Well,
5
you
outfielders.
can in some countries.
You got 5 outfielders. You got 4 utility men.
In Utah, you can have 9 wives,
You
right?
can. Well,
I think in India you can.
You can.
Just don't sleep with them.
You can go. Well, yeah, you can't. Well,
I think the whole point is sleeping with.
yeah, I think that's.
Otherwise-
wait,
well-
I want 9 wives. I can't sleep with them. Oh, cool. That's fun.
What about 9 girlfriends?
Well,
That's different.
yeah,
That's expensive.
It's expensive. 9 of anything, you know.
Thank you. Well, unless they're starting pitchers for the Cardinals because they're not making anything.
Let me ask you a
so it's not
question.
going to run you down. Yes, go
Let
ahead.
me ask you guys a question about this Cardinal team.
Okay.
If you had a grade, who would be in the A minus, B plus so far this year on this here Cardinal team?
Who gets an A? Who
would
gets a
get
good grade?
A good grade.
Hicks.
Nobody gets an A from me.
Is there an A on this team?
No.
Yeah.
Tommy Edman?
Yeah. Jordan Montgomery gets an A.
Okay.
Definitely. Hicks is at least an A minus.
Nolan Arenado gets a B plus, top grade.
Okay. Goldschmidt B plus?
I'm gonna give
Yeah.
Paul Goldschmidt.
I can do
he gets a praiseworthy grade.
I'll give Gorman a solid B.
Okay. Gorman a B. What about Larsy Boy? I know he's been hurt, but he's pretty solid.
Banged up.
Your
Banged
ability's
up.
got to be availability.
Okay. So he's
though.
not in a B range either. Anybody else?
That's a great question though, because Montgomery, even Hicks was
I'll give Jordan,
rough early.
He was.
I'll give Jordan Walker a B. I mean,
Okay.
he's had 2
That's fair.
2 hit streaks over 10 games. He's hitting over 290. It might have dipped yesterday. But, I mean, when he's been here and been able to be a part of it, he's hit.
It's pretty tough.
Yeah.
Okay, to try.
That's the list.
I'm
it.
giving absolutely no pitcher anything above a C+.
Besides
Not even Monty?
Monty?
Nope. Not doing it.
What did he do?
What'd he do to you?
What did he kick your dog?
What'd he do to you?
Well, I didn't want to talk about it.
Got my dog.
No.
Show me where he touched you.
Oh.
Well, that's going to make for bad radio because
Point-
I've got to just show the
Point on the
chart.
doll.
Oh, God, Charlie.
Maybe I'm being
Is that
too
always-
hard on
always
Jordan
sunny?
Montgomery. Let me take a look.
I think
Always
that's
sunny in Philadelphia?
Yes.
Point,
Which, by the
Come
way,
on, folks. It's a freaking
point
joke.
on the doll.
Which, by the way, is back, and I'm enjoying it every week.
Go ahead and point on that there doll.
I'll give Monty a B minus. I'll give him B minus.
He's the best player on the team.
That's a default, though. That goes into my principle about saying every team don't have an ace.
This Tommy Edman.
this
And
team-
then, and then they get no runs for him when he does.
This
go out
team
there.
doesn't even have a 2.
What about Donovan?
No, we
Okay.
had some lean time there. He's picked it up late, but now he's on a no throwing program.
Oh.
So
Is that good for baseball?
that's tough. Makes it kind of difficult.
Who failed? Completely failed.
Who's got the worst grade on the team
Besides
this year?
Wayno.
What do you say
John
besides
Mozeliak.
Waino?
Just he's got an F.
Just people on the team, right? Or
Yeah.
can I count Wilson
No,
Contreras?
Oh.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, dude.
Tyler O'Neill.
Yep.
Dylan Carlson.
Man, what happened to him, dude?
Mats.
Steven Matz. A lot of Fs, dude. Who else?
We're not even going to say Waino. We're already past.
No, Wayno.
We already know.
I don't know. Like he's no. He gets an F.
That's
too obvious.
He's got $200 million. He's fine. We're going to grade him. We are going to grade him for sure.
So, like in that middle class, that's like Edmund in the middle for me. Paul DeYoung has been
better.
See?
Well, hell, from expectations, DeYoung gets.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably
from expectations. He gets a B+.
You're dang right he does.
Alec Burleson's down there for me, and I think some of that ain't necessarily his fault. I think they kept running him out there when he was getting swings that maybe he shouldn't have. He shouldn't have got.
Boy got called up. Your boy
Luke Baker A+.
God, he's
passing
got some
grade, 100%.
big old legs on that boy.
That's a
jeez. He's a big farm boy.
Looks like a
isn't he?
train.
What do you give?
He's like a football player.
By the way, Paul DeYoung's OPS plus is 110. So from expectations, he could be one of the best on the team from what we thought he would bring to the table.
Expectations down. Ryan Helsley.
Okay.
Down. Gio's been very high, very low, very high, very low. Hicks has come on strong. Genesis Cabrera has just let me down in general based on what I thought he would have been a couple years ago.
Where the hell's he been? I hadn't seen him until yesterday.
James Nail's got an 11.4 ERA, so, I mean, hey.
It's all James Nail's fault.
Who?
Exactly. The guy who I think probably has gotten the oddest deck dealt to him this year, Zach Thompson, who I think is hanging out with Ray Liotta from Goodfellas now. I have no idea what's going on there.
Isn't he dead?
Well,
yes, he is.
Zach is alive, though, just so everybody knows.
Zach is alive.
Ray's dead. Zach alive, Ray
Probably
dead.
the most complicated grade for me is Flaherty.
So Packy Naughton's having a better season than most of the bullpen.
Well,
because he hasn't pitched.
Because he's, If
you're ungraded, you're doing better than.
What are you
going to
give Jackie Boy? What are you going to give Jackie Boy?
I'll give him a C.
Okay.
I'll give him a C.
Is that fair, Charlie?
Is it fair?
Is that fair?
Well, I think I might go C-, just because, again, I think everybody thought that Jack Flaherty was kind of the linchpin of, if he's really good, if he can be even close to that ace, and maybe that was unreal for anybody to think that, even though I did myself.
I did too. I'll hop in that boat with you.
The fact that he is not close to that, we all kind of looked at this rotation and said, Jack Flaherty has to be good for this rotation to be good. And he's been average at best.
Yeah.
I think it's fair to say.